Okay, recording. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I want to keep them at 30 minutes. And I want to today just go over real quick about the Fit-pointments. And Jen, I really want your feedback on it here in a second. And then the groups that we've got coming up for the rest of the month and kind of a game plan, because I don't know about you guys, like Nicole, I know you're getting on the road today. I am crazy busy. We've had people here for the last couple of weeks. I've got 2 different groups of people at our house right now. We leave for vacation. Well, we leave for Summit next week, and then we're on vacation the whole next week after that. And it's crazy busy. So I want to make sure we have a time to just touch base. And so we just did the first Fit-pointment at 6, and it took some. We had to adjust a little bit. I think I was kind of expecting that because I wasn't sure if we should play it from the computer or if we play it from the TV and how to link it in. But oh my God, I was sweating like a crazy person because I'm like, oh, if Jen's doing it, I got to be doing it. And so it's exactly what I needed, because I find myself, like, especially lately and it's summer, and I'm like, okay, God, just hurry up and check the box. My workout's done. And I haven't been pushing myself at all. And this was, Jen, I want your feedback on it because I know how I'm feeling right now, and it nailed it. That's exactly what I wanted.
Well, you know what? I'm feeling really good. So just a quick rundown. So we were really late last night. I didn't get home until, I don't even know what time this morning, last night, from the rodeo that we were working. And so I got up this morning and I was like, oh, if I didn't have to actually meet with Chris, I would be calling with the rest day. I was not going to do it. And so having to meet, knowing that I was going to be meeting with you was huge. I was like, crap, and then when we were doing it, I need to figure out the grid and how I can try to see everybody, because all I could think of was I can't stop, because if she can see me, she's going to run me a lot of shit. Like, crap, I cannot stop. And I was laughing through half of it because I didn't know some of the moves. And I was just like, then I started just being silly on a couple of them. And I was like, I don't know if she can see me or not. I was like, oh, but I didn't stop moving. Whereas before I might have stood and watched them for a minute to try to pick it up. And I was like, oh, well, no big deal. But I didn't stop moving because I was like, I have to keep doing this. I can hear her breathing. She could probably hear me breathing, and we're dying. And she's going. That means I have to go. So it was an awesome push, and I got done. And I feel absolutely wonderful. It's before 7 o'clock. We've gotten our workout in. I've gotten some work in. My crew was here, dealt with them a little bit this morning. So I'm on it, and I'm ready to go for the day, and I feel awesome. And that was huge to me.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
And Chris, I know I didn't catch you guys, but I did, I sort of echo what she said. Like, even though I had the times wrong, like I popped right up and got out here, got my stuff together, and was sitting here like, I walked the dog even. I had time for that. Normally I would have snoozed and maybe had to cut my workout to like a 10-minute one a couple of times, because I'm just not good about getting up and giving myself the time that was necessary. So being accountable to other people to be there did sort of make the difference, even though I screwed up the time.
It was the ultimate accountability, not just accountability that you're going to have to post about your workout later, but the accountability to, oh, I'm meeting someone. Yeah, you're at your house, which is awesome. You don't have to drive anywhere, and all this stuff, but holy cow. Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay. So I'm really excited about this. Like, I can't help this. So what I'm thinking is I had wanted to launch it on the 17th for Shift Shop, because I'm going to be doing Shift Shop. And but I wanted to talk to you guys because you guys have both mentioned you kind of want to do some hardcore groups. What are you thinking with that?
I'd like to do any group right now.
Okay.
I'm good. I one.
No, I just don't have anybody who's signing up. I mean, I was excited about the hardcore group just because I liked it so much when I did it, but I'll do anything.
Okay, so what kind of hardcore group are you thinking of?
I was trying to do that back to the basics one. So the combination of the nutrition and then the hardcore routine would have been a pretty long one. And I know that they have intense what do they call it, boot camp week or whatever. I probably was not going to go to that, depending on who I had in the group. But otherwise was going to be the full-on program, I guess.
Which program?
You have very nice birds.
You can hear my birds?
Chris, yeah. I'm like, I have a couple here, but it's not the ones I hear on.
I could barely hear the birds sitting here. If it's too loud, just let me know. It's a pretty powerful microphone picking that up. Oh, maybe we're. Jen, what kind of group were you thinking of?
Well, it would be my first challenge group ever, so I still have to go through and see how they all work. But I was thinking along the same lines, doing the hardcore, the 22-minute hardcore, going through that program.
Okay.
For me, it's because you don't need a whole lot of weight, you don't need stuff like that, and some good cardio. I had my mom do it with me a few times. I wanted to see what the level was for other people. She was good with it, even with her shoulders. She just modified some. So no, that's what I think I'm gonna try to throw together a group on that. I'm not sure when to start it. I'm trying to, because we're gonna have a bunch of people here and throughout the month of August, so I'm not sure how I want to do it.
Yeah, Chrissy, the that I had envisioned was just it was sort of a competition between all the military, and there was a lot of interest until they figured that was sort of the comments on the Facebook feed about getting people to commit. They just sort of like died off once I sent them the information, and I know it's I'm still having the verbal vomit problem, so I'm really trying to like hold myself back. Because I think that's part of the problem. I'm running people off because I'm just like, oh, you're interested? So I'm working on that. But so far, I don't have anybody signed up. But I mean, I had a lot of really good materials because I also got into the Soldier for Life fitness, materials, which is really. There's a lot of like really information rich stuff in there, including graphics and just things that, so a lot of what we would post like on the daily in the challenge groups, so it's already like available and created, so I can share that with everybody. But I mean, I had a challenge group ready to go. I just don't have any challengers.
Okay. So Nicole, why don't you go ahead and post, if you want to share that in the files in the team page there. Jen, I told you I'll start getting better about sharing files. I've got everything on Google Drive, and you guys feel free to have access to it. I'll give you guys access to it as you request it, but I get really bad about remembering to put files in the team page, so I will get better at that too. But you guys, anything that you have resources like that, let's make a great reference library for all of us, scripts and stuff like that, and whatever we have. So Nicole, for you, if you're still having verbal vomit problems and you've got the invites coming out, why don't you put together, if you want the help, if you want the input, why don't you put together what you've been sending, like the conversations and everything else like that, and let's start tweaking, because we can go back to all of them even if they did have crickets. And remember too, this was also over the holiday. Summer is really hard, and then over the holiday is just like, I couldn't say it enough, is like silence. Like people are like off camping, they're off on vacation, they're off doing things, barely picking up. I'm barely picking up my phone. Like, I got to keep in mind that that's what everybody else is doing. So if you want to do that and send it to me, both you and Jen, it's recommended if you're going to be doing a challenge group to advertise for it. You want 2 weeks. Sorry, not 4. You want 2 weeks to advertise for it. So whatever day that you want to do it, just back that, just forward out 2 weeks or back it up 2 weeks so that you have time to advertise and get people in for it. Okay.
I was advertising for it 2 weeks ago. I just can't seem to get anyone to commit to it. So I'll share what I sent, but I'm pretty sure it was for not slowing it down and asking the questions first, because
you have to ask the questions first.
I think that's probably the biggest fact. I thought, in my head, I thought they were interested in that specific event, but you still have to do like the build.
Yep, great lessons learned there. I wouldn't, and if they were interested before, go back. I mean, you'll be able to go back and talk to them. And is this me? Is this you guys? Nicole, are you moving the computer at all? Okay, there we go. So Nicole, if you can send that to me, we can start tweaking the verbal vomit, and then we can go from there. And then I think you'll probably start seeing, if you've got these people interested, we're over the hump of we're over the hump of the 4th of July. That's why we kind of do a program launch to get people really excited about something new. And so that's Shift Shop. If you want to jump over, if you have any interest in Shift Shop, come on over and do that and kind of take the approach that, hey, we're going to do something new. And a back to basic or like a boot camp style like that is going to go great after Labor Day or even in August, either before, like as a last push of summer, or after Labor Day of like, all right, school's back. We're like kind of back and focused. Let's boot camp it up and let's like get some serious results before the holidays. So either one of those will work. So keep your idea and then let's just tweak it. So does that work? Am I frozen? Everybody back? Okay, I see everybody moving again. So Jen, for you, when do you want, when are you thinking for your group?
I really like the after Labor Day thing. Thinking of starting something sooner. I know with having so many people at my house in the month of August and being constantly on the run, I'm just not sure I could put together my first challenge group. I'd be a little leery. It would not go very well. So I want to give it my focus. I think maybe after Labor Day I would start with that. Okay. But again, I don't know. I have some people in my group that I can do little things with. Just maybe not a full out challenge group with them.
Okay.
So,
are they interested in Shift Shop? Do they have all access?
Yep, they have all access already. Yep. But I don't know if they're interested in. I can bug a couple of them about it and see.
Yep, start plugging it. Getting in on, and especially we have a great opportunity. We talk about this beta launch, and just to understand, so Beachbody, this is the first time people are, like the public, like everything that I've been posting so far with results and stuff are all coaches. And this is the other reason I really want to get our team to Elite, because we get to Elite, we get the opportunity to have access to all these workouts ahead of time. So we could be the very first people posting these workouts, I know. But this is now the first time that it's going to be available to the public. So we hurry up and get the 21 days, 40, or maybe we do a second round in August too. We're the very first people getting to post results on this program. And so it's a really great opportunity marketing wise for us. So the boot camps are always popular. If you're not seeing the participation right now, jump on the Shift Shop, start plugging the heck out of it. We're going to do a really fast, we're going to do a short, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for a prep week to get everything in line, because we've got to have our, like make sure we understand our nutrition, our meal prep, or the nutrition plan. And we got to have our pictures, and then we go. So you guys can start marketing and being like, hey, the program launches, we're going to launch the group on the 17th. So that gives you guys enough time to go back and be advertising it. And we're going to have programs that aren't going to be, I'm actually really excited for this program, but like last year they launched Country Heat about the same time, and I was not excited about it at all. But it was a new program, and we get out there and we can attract a whole new market, even if it's not something that's necessarily our niche. And I ended up really liking Country Heat. Like that's what surprised me, is I thought I would hate it. I thought it was a lot like size, and I didn't like the dance routine stuff. And it wasn't. It was more like the aerobic music type workout, and it surprised me. So that's why if we're doing a new program, plan to be on it, even if you're just not that excited about it, because you're going to get but you have to be excited about it.
Are we inviting them then to that beta group one, or is there a different? Okay.
So you can invite them all to the launch or to the event. So I always do an event for a group, and the event is to get the new people in. I don't bring anybody into a group, whether I'm doing it in the My Challenge Tracker app or if I do a Facebook group. I don't bring anybody into the group until they are a confirmed customer, meaning I have seen that they've got a challenge pack in my back office. And then once they have confirmed, and so they have to be doing Shakeology and the workouts, then I will put them into the group. So same thing for you guys. Invite to the event, and then add them to the group. Once I see you add them to the group, I will know that you guys know that they've got a challenge pack, they've got Shakeology, If they have, for some reason, an allergy, like a confirmed allergy, not just like, oh, it kind of upsets my stomach, but like whey makes them sick, anything like that, and they've tried the vegan already, if they're doing the performance line instead and you got your Success Club points or your challenge pack from them, they can come into the group then. But you guys have seen it, and people want something for free, and our time is not free. Like, our time is valuable, and we are giving a lot of ourselves to everybody else to help them. So that having that requirement to be customers is not unreasonable, because we don't get paid for running the challenge groups or helping people get the results. That's what we do because we want to truly see that success. Okay, we're doing good on time. So
the menu for the nutrition plan already out there in the back office?
Nope, you won't see it until the 12th when it releases in the back office or on demand. So, but it will be. I have seen, and you can listen to, if you go on and Google, like Chris Downing's talked about it a number of times. What the program is, they're using the containers. So the 21-day fix, the portion containers that we have, they are using the containers, and it'll essentially be a carb cycling program. So it's going to be 3 weeks, we're going to be cutting out potatoes and wine, essentially. And you back up until like week 3 are the longer workouts, and the diet gets a little bit more extreme, where it's like a lot of fruits and vegetables and lean proteins. Like, you're cutting out, with the exception of the fruits, you're going to be cutting out almost all your carbs. When you shock your body like that, that's where you're going to be seeing those fast results like that. And so the results coming just on 21 days from the coaches group have been pretty incredible. A lot of, especially on the inches side of it. So,
I just want to, I'll just have to get in there and get it real quick so I can plan.
We all will. And, I'm going to be at Summit, and I'm still going to, even on the 12th, we'll be in Columbus on the 12th, dropping the kids off. But I'm going to pull everything on the 12th that I can and get it over into the group so that we can have it. Like, I'm just focused on that for we're driving to Columbus in the afternoon. So that afternoon I'll be sitting there pulling everything on the drive there. That's what my plan is. Okay. So we'll have it all available, but most of the people for a launch group, I'll let just about anybody of our customers in, even if if they're brand new or if they're experienced and seasoned challengers. We want a whole range. We want men and women in all fitness levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced, so that we can have that plethora of results to show everybody else. So when we do the next round, or we are doing challenge groups, we're like, hey, our challenge groups get results. Look. Sorry, that was the loudest truck ever. Yeah, and so then outside of a beta group, so specifically, everybody has to be doing Shift Shop, everybody has to be committed to Shakeology, and they have to be committed to the nutrition plan, or at least they say they are up front, to get them into the Shift Shop group, right? Outside of that, we're going to be doing, once the Fit for the Fourth group that we're running right now ends, and the 10-day pants group, drop a pant size in 10 days. Once those groups end, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to split it up, because these groups are getting too big, and there's too many levels, varying levels. And I feel like I'm losing the beginners are not getting the results or the attention that they need, and they're pretty intimidated by it. So starting on the 17th, when the Fit for the Fourth group ends, anybody that wants, you guys are going to get a link here shortly, and you can feel free to share it with your customers. Anybody that finishes up in the Fit for the Fourth group can go into what we're going to call a VIP group. It's going to be a long-term running group, and we're going to do mini challenges in there to kind of keep it fun and interesting for us. And then new people coming in can do what we're going to call the basics. And it's getting them started right. It's them understanding their nutrition, them understanding the exercise, how the products that are available to them, so that we can really focus on that. That we're going to run that. I'm going to offer it every 2 weeks. And if we don't have anybody for 1 week, then we just don't run a group, and that's fine. But I want us to be able to always be plugging in. And I really only want the groups, to be about like maybe 20 people, like keep it around there, 20, 30 people. I'm not hard fast on the number. I just don't want there to be 60 people in there of all these varying levels and our new people start getting lost, if that makes sense. Did my connection go again? Okay, I see you guys again. So does that make sense? So we're going to always have something for you to be inviting for. What?
How long do you keep the newbies in that basics group then before you move them to the VIP?
Okay. So the basics group is going to be a 1-week prep, and then it's going to be 3 weeks. It's going to be a 21-day program for basics. At the end of the program, they have one of two options. They can go and repeat the basics again, and it's going to be the exact same script because some people just either had a slow start or they just didn't quite get it. Or if they're like, yeah, we're totally getting it, then they can go over to the VIP group. After the second time through the basics, if they don't get it, they have to tell us like essentially why and apply again to be into the basics class. We're not just going to keep automatically putting people into groups. They're going to have to tell us that they want to be in that group.
Okay, so then where I get confused is how do you do these groups hand in hand with stuff like the shift shot thing? That's the part that sometimes I lose that link. I'm sorry if I'm.
No, that makes complete sense. It kind of becomes group frenzy, like a group crazy, but it's literally two different groups. And we'll launch the VIP group, and that's a great point. I forgot that's one of the questions on there is that, are you going to do the shift shop group or do you want to do the VIP group? Do you want to go into the VIP group right away, or do you want to do the shift shop group first and then go into the VIP group? The VIP group, here's where you guys come in at, and I know you're looking at running your own challenge groups. The VIP group is, I'm going to expect that the coaches on the team here, you guys are going to take a week and be coach of the week, and then you guys can get some challenge group experience and running it and seeing what works, what fits, what your feel is. And that is another way to keep it fresh in a long running group, is that it's not just me getting up there every day going, come on, you guys, we get to hear from Jen. We get to hear from Nicole. We'll hear from Kristen. We'll hear from Ebony, and, like Ebony is great. She has the funniest, she comes up with just the funniest quotes, so we'll have a week of humor, but not everybody likes the funny quotes. Some people need that like super support and motivation and, my heart is big and it bleeds for you type deal. If we can all be providing that support, it quite frankly lessens the workload for me, and it gives you guys a great experience too, to get kind of up your comfort level and what it's like in interacting on that challenge group.
And when we're doing the VIP group, we can do whatever workout we want, right? And that's how the legs are run. So if we're doing shift shop, can we do shift shop around there? Or is that where you want us to be? People can be doing different workouts.
In the shift, yeah, in the VIP group, you guys can be doing any workout that you want to be doing. And it can be a combination if you're going to do, like, say you're training for a triathlon or a marathon or something, and you're running and you're taking Beachbody products, but you've done Beachbody products before. Come on in and talk about your training, and everything that you're doing, if that's going to help you stay accountable. But you had to have been a customer at some point. So VIP is going to be, I'll try to do up a chart here, but we're going to be leaving. And we got guests that we're going to go play tourist for the day with them. And so I'll do up a chart. Shift shop, if I say the name of a program in the title, that is the only program that you're going to be doing in that group. So shift shop, we are only doing shift shop in that group. The back to basic, or the basics class, the getting started right, is open to any program. It's typically going to be your 21-day fix, your country heat, a lot of the beginner programs, even 22-minute hardcore. It can be anything else, but really gauge your person. Do they need to know, do they really need their, like, getting started on their clean eating, or they just need some accountability and they want to jump right into hammer and chisel and like go all crazy? You know what I mean? They're probably better suited for the VIP group then. I have a document that I've been working on too that we can give people in that scenario that are going to jump right into the VIP group. That's kind of like a quick start guide for them. Kind of like I give you guys for when you start coaching. We're going to do the same thing for challengers so that they can have that reference material. So I'm almost done with that.
Gotcha.
All right.
Coach, you could be part of a newbie group, the Shift Shop challenge group, and a VIP group because you're got people in multiple things, so you might be part of all those, correct?
Yep.
Now I got it. Okay, I'm
yep.
good.
Mm-hmm. And it gets to be coach overload. And you guys as coaches, if that starts happening and you're on group overload, I just need you to tell me, because I know what that feeling is. Of you're like, oh my God, I've got people in the basics group. I've got people in Shift Shop. I've got people over here, and it gets crazy, and we don't want to lose anybody or let them get lost in the mix. So if you're getting group, like overwhelmed with the group, and then you're doing like coach training stuff as well, we need to have a talk, like to figure out where, like what I can be doing to help you. And then what we need to do to help each other. Okay. So our customers are taken care of. Because group overload is real. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you too, morning, Bob. And I'll tell you too, is that not your father-in-law.
Commercial. It was like a commercial.
And
I'm sorry.
Well, and coming back too, like Kim and Ebony, I don't know that realize it because they're going to Summit with me too. I'm fully prepared that we have Summit overload is what's going to happen. We're going to come back and we're going to have post Summit feardom, and we're going to freeze, and we're going to come back with all these great ideas, and then you're going to be like, and we'll kind of freeze. And it's so like kind of preparing for that. The same concept happens when you've got all these good ideas for groups, and then you get all these good ideas in the coach groups, and we'll freeze. It's real. It will happen. And I just want you guys to address it head on. Okay. Any other pain points, sticking points, struggles that you guys want to talk about?
I got a lady in the Fit for the Fourth group, but she's not posting, and I've checked in with her a couple of times, and every time I do, she says that, it's just been busy. I haven't got started, and I don't want to push too hard, but I do want to like get her started because I think it's going to make a difference. And I, we're friends on Facebook, so I know she's got a granddaughter that's coming right now, and so I know she's got stuff going on. And this isn't the first or most important thing right now, but she committed to it pretty quickly and wanted to make the change, but like is not doing it as far as I can tell. But I also maybe she is doing it, she just doesn't like posting. And so I don't know if you've ever had that. I'm glad to hear about the foundational, what are we calling that thing?
What do we want to call it?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm glad that that's coming so that'll start the 10th or the week after.
I'm going to start it the 24th. I had it on there for the 10th, and I honestly, unless you guys have somebody for it, I don't have anybody for it because everybody's going into Shift Shop. So,
that's what it would be a good opportunity for me to sort of open that conversation again and just invite her to come to that one. So I'm glad that that's there, but I don't know if you've ever had that. You get them in and they appear to be committed to it, but just please check out. And
yeah,
I followed up. When I saw her stuff was shipped, I reached out. When I saw it was delivered, I reached out, and I've reached out a couple of times since the program started. He hasn't been posting, just making sure how to get in the app. She's, oh yeah, I'm in. I'll start tomorrow. Or I'll start this weekend, or I just haven't gotten in there yet. Or it's always something.
Well, and that's our role as a coach. That's going to happen. It has happened. It's going to happen. It'll continue to happen. You're going to pull your hair out because you're like, you just spent this money on this product and you got to use it. Like, don't put it on the shelf. But just like getting somebody to even sign up, it has to be them. It has to be them ready. And so that's where we come into like that gentle pushing and support and continuing to check in. but we're not checking in every day at that point.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm not, and I've spaced out. You know, it was every couple of days, not like once a week, and now it's probably been about a week and a half, and I haven't said what's going on with you.
Yep, and then you're going to get the people to, like her auto ship for Shakeology is going to be a good point to talk to her again and be like, hey, it's coming up. You probably got an email. You know, they'll probably want to pause it, so you might lose the volume that month, and that's going to happen. But you don't want them getting products that they don't want, because that frustrates them. And then the next challenge group, every single time, if they're a customer of yours, you're inviting them to that next challenge group. That you keep offering that branch, they're going to take it at some point. They just have to be ready.
In a locker room, is that a Facebook group that you can post to it? Just a group that you have them so to make it easier to invite them stuff.
Can you repeat that again? It kind of broke up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said, I know you mentioned once that you have your folks, your previous challengers, in what you called a locker room. And I was asking if that's a separate Facebook group that you invite them to, and do you post in it regularly, or is that just a method for you to make it easier to invite them to new stuff?
So it's kind of everything. It's kind of the catch-all, so that I still have everybody in one group. But if they're not actively in a challenge group, like say they went through the Fit for the Fourth, and then they're like, you know what, I just need a pause, I need a break. I put them in the locker room. It's kind of like the holding pen. And I am not as active in it as I'd like to be. I typically would do like 1 to 2 days a week where I would post something just like, hey, motivational or funny, or like something just struck me. And then that's where I post all of my groups. Like, hey, every time something's available, hey, do you want to do that? But like, I was so busy this time around that I haven't even posted about the shift shop in there. Like, I need to go post like, hey guys, it's coming. So the locker room is just, it's been a great holding area, and I will pick customers back up from it. Anytime I've done a free group, I put people in there too, so that they can kind of see a little bit of the value of it. And so I've picked up some customers that way too.
Okay.
Just kind of and you're right. Thank you for reminding me of that locker room. I need to be active in the locker room.
So there's our group name, Fundamentals. I have fun all capitalized, little d, and then we call us mentals. To get the mental part all set and back to the the basics and stuff like that. But it's a fun group, so emphasis on the fundamentals. You know, something a little something
fun. Fundamentals.
You know, kind of maintain like a little French. Is that Bob?
No.
Did you wave at Bob? Okay.
I know you have Bob. I was like, it's not your father-in-law. It's okay. Okay, so fundamentals. That's a good one. That's a good suggestion. Yeah,
and like I said, staying on the mental part of getting your mental, your mind into it with the nutrition and how this works, and taking it slow. So that way, once your mind gets into it and gets engaged, your body can always come along with these harder workouts. But first of all, you got to get your mind into it. So
if we were to advertise that name, would people know what it means to say it? That, like, if I say, hey, come join our fundamentals group, and they're going to kind of look at it, and what are they going to say? Are they going to know what it is?
Sort of. I mean, I think you'd have to tell them a little bit more, but I think anytime anyone hears fundamental, they understand that it's like the foundational information.
And fun kind of catches everybody's attention, right?
You can call it the fundies. Come see the fundies.
Fundies undies. Yeah, I like the fun part of it, because that really caught I was like, fun? What are we doing? Like,
yeah.
I do health and fitness stuff, so like, wait, it's fun? Hold on. So. Okay, that'll be good. All right,
I think you have to put a little descriptor in there, but I think they'd understand that it's a more foundational beginning kind of class.
Okay, perfect. So descriptor. All right, yeah, let's play with that and talk about it. I've got to go get in the shower. I'm starting to hear feet. I'm not sure if they're my little feet or the big feets, but there's a feet in there, which I think I'm really happy I'm out here right now. So before I jump in the shower, I'm going to get that link out I'm going to send it in the My Challenge Tracker app messenger, which, as you guys have seen, you can't reply to that. So if you do ever send anything to your challengers, make sure I've made the mistake of this. Make sure you direct them to like contact you, like hit me up on Facebook or like give them a way to contact you. Cause then they sit there all frustrated trying to figure out how to reply and then they can't reply to you. But I will send that out so you have it. Feel free to use it. If you want to send it to your people, you can use mine. Just know that the responses will come directly to me. And then I can let you guys know if it comes to me, or you guys can take it and make your own if you've ever done a Google form or not. They're really easy to create. If they weren't easy, I wouldn't use it.
So can you send us the link to the Google form, like the one I had asked you, or how do we go in and edit that? I know you got to get in the shower and try to figure that part out.
So in the Google forms, there's not a way to copy it and make it your own. You can, because it's directly linked to me or directly linked to the person, those responses will go directly to me. So all I've ever done in the past for forms, because forms aren't necessarily really long, I just take, and whatever I found that I really like, I take it and I have it up on one screen, or I've printed it out, and then I just make my own form from it. So.
Check.
Yeah. But so outside of Google Forms, if you have a Google Doc, if you have a Google Sheets, if you do anything else in Google, you can make a copy to your drive and make it your own.
Okay. Check. And then you said you're going to start the newbie or the whatever basics group on the 24th. I think I have a few people that would be great timing for that would really like to join that.
Okay, perfect. So we'll do that on the 24th, and all the fundamentals are going to be in the app, in the My Challenge Tracker app. The VIP group is going to be in the app because everybody likes being able to, we've gotten great feedback that said that they like being able to have their pictures in there. They like being able to have their progress reports, and they just like being able to see and track all of that. And I want to be able to do that longer term for everybody instead of starting and stopping over every single month. I think that's not.
Do we create our own basic group, or are you going to create one that we can invite people to and not keep watching our own people posting here?
I like the second idea. I like having all of us together doing it. And then when you get to the point that you're getting, you're having the 5, 10, 15 and you're kind of taking over the group, go do your own. Yeah. Okay. But for now, yeah. Anything that I am posting about, you guys can invite your people to.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Chris.
But the Shift Shop, and then the last part is the Shift Shop group will be a Facebook group.
Okay.
I like that, and I don't mean to jump around like that, but the launch groups, I really need that social I need that social like feedback. It's a lot easier to converse and people to give their comments and me to track their comments in Facebook, and to be able to do it's just a lot more social. So Facebook, very rarely do I do Facebook groups anymore, but this one, the launch groups will be.
So will they be in the My Challenge app or just Facebook?
That's a good, what do you guys, would you want the ability to track it in the My Challenge Tracker app? I don't mind opening up a group in the My Challenge Tracker app. I just don't want people to only be in there, and I don't want people to get overwhelmed either.
I'm concerned about, because you do want to be able to really track the results so that we can publicize them. I'm worried a little bit about the Facebook group. People, they might really be into trying this beta launch, but posting their before and after it's Facebook or taking their measurements there, they might not.
Okay.
About, and so then we might lose that documentation, if that makes sense.
Yep. Okay, so Shift Shop, Facebook group, opportunity in My Challenge Tracker app. Okay, that works.
That's just what I'm thinking. If we want to kind of have an outcome of real, what were the real results, then we may need the app to ensure we get that.
Well, we've also got to get everybody's permission anytime you want to use their the
No,
results.
I'm literally thinking they may not track it themselves as well. That challenge app is so.
Got it.
Yeah,
I lost. Where did that?
Facebook put in the challenge there.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I'll give them the opportunity to do both. I'll have the group open by tomorrow. I won't have it open today. I'll have it open tomorrow, and then you guys, if you've got your customers and they're ready to go, you can start putting them in there.
Awesome.
And then
Okay.
did you say that we were going to do a fit appointment for the beta group, that we would run it?
Oh, that's the other thing I needed to ask you guys about too.
Appointments. When are we doing those?
I want, in a perfect world, I wanted to launch them with Shift Shop. I don't know if I can, but I'll be on vacation, but I could still do it, I think.
I'll be honest with you. I may need to be accountable in that way, because I'm not excited about Shift Shop. I don't love that particular style. I'm more of the dance aerobic. So I may need it. So if you need me to have a fit appointment early in the morning to get me to do the Shift Shop, let me know.
Yeah, let me post in the group. Would you guys be willing, like Jen, you saw how we did that we just like kind of put it up to the TV, and then would you guys be willing to host, like based on whatever time you work out at, and host them? Okay. If that's the case, and okay. Yeah, I think we can plan to launch Fit-pointments by the 17th.
And it's looking at me, not you. My husband's sneaking around.
Hi, James. Okay. All right. They're going to open the door here in a minute, but that'll work. Fit-pointments. And I work out almost 7 days a week as it is. Do we want to offer them 7 days a week? Because you guys can do the Zoom accounts you can do the free accounts, and as long as they're 40 minutes or less. So you can do all of the workouts for free, no matter if there's just you on there or if there's multiple people. And if you need that accountability, you can just record it and be like, oh my God, I need to push harder. No, Jen's like, no, I'm not recording. No. Yeah.
Okay. A lot to talk about. Got to go process it now.
Yeah. Go think about everything and then come back with your questions. Let's put them in the group as we get questions, so that we can be kind of tracking all that instead of doing multiple messages. Because if you're thinking about it, Nicole might be thinking about it. I needed to think about it.
Yes. I'm going to be with Alexia's event tomorrow. It might not be until Monday before I start posting some things, because I got to focus on the horse now. So
yeah, no problem. Get your workout pictures done, and whatever it is that you do, just get a post about like inviting to the group. Do something like, oh my God, I've got the opportunity. I just got invited to a beta launch, and my coach said I get to bring 5 people.
Love it.
That's a great new or newer coach post. That works really well.
Perfect. All right. You guys have fun.
Have a great day, guys.
All right. See you later.